2014 comedy film that stars Zac Efron and Seth Rogen, and in the movie, Seth Rogen and his wife, Rosie Byrne, are a couple with a newborn baby, and they live next to a fraternity that's run by Zac Efron. Neighbors is one of the funniest movies of 2014 that you're gonna see. So the basic premise of the movie, like I said before, Seth Rogen and Rosie Byrne are a couple with a newborn baby, and Zac Efron is the leader of a fraternity and moves in next door. And the whole plot of the movie is that Seth Rogen and Rosie Byrne do something to make the fraternity mad, and the fraternity just gets back at them in other ways, torments them, makes their whole life a living hell living next to them. One of the things the movie has going on for it as a whole is that the weight of the movie is not on Seth Rogen's back, who's obviously the funniest person of the movie. It's on other people's backs too that actually make the movie better, other than Seth Rogen. All of the college frats are really funny in the movie. They play good roles. Rosie Byrne plays a good role. Zac Efron, this is probably the greatest role of his career that I've seen him in. I've seen other movies that he was in, and I thought he was good in them, but this one beats out every single other movie that he is in. I mean, the guy just kills it. He's not amazing, but really, really good. And the movie also has a really good sense of direction too. Like, the director knows what a college fraternity party should look like and how it should be shot. Like, for example, there's a scene in the movie when they're having a meeting for a college fraternity meeting, and Zac Efron's explaining the whole history of the fraternity throughout the 50s, 60s, and 70s, and so on and so forth. And the camera kind of pans back, flashbacks to that period of time in which he's talking about, and kind of replays what happened in that period of time. And then it goes to another period of time and does the same exact thing, which I actually thought was really interesting and cool of him to do that. Now, I'm gonna say that this movie does have some lowbrow, vulgar humor, which should be expected of a movie like this, obviously, because it stars Seth Rogen, and it's made by the same people who made This Is the End, which is another lowbrow humor movie that's vulgar, but is insanely funny. There are some moments of this movie, though, where the joke doesn't really work or click with the audience, in my opinion. And it's a big as-if movie, also. Just expect that it's not going to be realistic to what it's trying to accomplish. This movie, oddly enough, has kind of a moral lesson in it, to be honest. Even though this movie is lowbrow and vulgar in every way, it does intertwine a message in it that I thought was actually kind of a gem for it. There's a scene in the movie where Dave Franco's talking to Zac Efron, saying that, hey, all of this stuff on the wall where our past brothers have been for the fraternity, it doesn't really mean anything much. I mean, and then he goes on to say that Zac Efron's character is just doing all this stuff because he's afraid he's going to turn out like his neighbors, Seth Rogen and Rosie Byrne. And that whole scene, in my opinion, depicted that whole notion of once you leave college, after those 4 years are up and after those fraternities and parties are over, you have to face real life. And that's a very surreal thing to a lot of people. And that can actually relate to a lot of people in the real world. And also, in this movie, I think that Seth Rogen is basically just an older version of one of the guys in the college fraternity. I mean, the first time he goes over to the house with Rosie Byrne with the baby, they're giving them weed just to say, hey, we're with you, you're one of us, we're one of you, hey, that's cool, let's chill. I also have to say on the side note that baby is actually really cute and good in the movie. I was actually impressed. I just expected it just to sit there and just kind of waddle and do a few hand motions, but it reacted to the parts of the movie and the events in the movie that were going on and how it affected the baby. Neighbors was funny, it was enjoyable, although there were some parts of the movie that weren't really that great and exciting. I did have a good time with this movie. I'm going to give Neighbors a 3.5 out of 5. Thank you so much for watching, and I apologize for not making a video as soon as I could. I've been busy with other stuff, so thank you for sitting in, tuning in, and make sure you like, share this video, and subscribe to my channel.